From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
So bottom line, they have the blimps IDing everybody. They admit it, and tracking everywhere you go. And the million-plus people on the no-fly list, and the total control grid going into place right now. So I thought I'd get into this. They're converting the entire military. They've got 18-wheelers, they admit, that are robotic, that can drive from one end of the country to the other and make decisions. But normally they have a controller who's also in there through the cameras, you know, in a simulator to take it over if there's a problem. It pulls up, the bottom lowers down, 15 killer robots get off, and they just start murdering. This is Reuters today. Reuters. Bigger than AP. Killer robots and a revolution in warfare. They have no fear. They never tire. They are not upset when the soldier next to them gets blown to pieces. The morale doesn't suffer by having to do anything. And again, their jobs, known in the military as the 3Ds, dull, dirty, and dangerous. They are military robots, and they are rapidly increasing numbers, and growing sophistication may herald the end of thousands of years of human monopoly on warfighting. Science fiction is moving to the battlefield. The future is upon us, says Brookings scholar Peter Singer, put it in a conference of experts at the U.S. Army War College of Pennsylvania this month. And the entire Air Force attack craft, everything's converting. And I've seen the training drills. I've seen, and I've talked to troops. They say there's classified stuff you wouldn't believe. They just don't want to scare the public. And these, even Fox News had a piece 6-7 years ago. I've got it somewhere on tape where it shows a little hovering flying saucer, and it comes up and face scans you. And if you don't show ID, it kills you. And so you see stuff like They Live, where it's, hello, my little friend. There you are. You know, and he blasted. I have come here to do two things, to kick butt and chew bubble gum. And I am all out of bubble gum. Oh, man, we're in a lot of trouble, folks. So that's what's happening. And police departments around the world already sent in killer robots into courts. He won't come out of the house. Send in the killer robot. And they're getting more and more. They used them in Fallujah. Got their feet wet there. A little bit of wet work. But the globalists just don't care about the Arabs. They love you. They care about human life. Singer published for Wired, for War, The Robotics Revolution and Conflict 21st Century, a book that traces the rise of the machines and predicts that in the future wars, they will not only play greater roles in executing missions, but also in planning them. Numbers affect the explosive growth of robotic systems. Meanwhile, the government wants our guns. You know, we're getting outgunned by them. They want our guns. Just enjoy yourselves, everybody. Numbers reflect the explosive growth of robotic systems. The U.S. forces that stormed into Iraq in 2003 had no robots on the ground. There were none in Afghanistan either. Now, those two wars are fought with the help of an estimated 12,000 ground-based robots and 7,000 unmanned aerial vehicles, or UAVs, the technical term for drone or robotic aircraft. Ground-based robots in Iraq have saved hundreds of lives in Iraq, defusing improvised explosive devices, which account for more than 40% of U.S. casualties. The first armed robot was deployed in Iraq in 2007, and it is lethal, as its acronym is long, Special Weapons Observation Remote Reconnaissance Direct Action System, SWORDS. By the way, they were used earlier than that. Like they tell you, we went into Vietnam in 1965. Folks, we were there in 1959, and 4,000 troops died as advisors. They love lying to you. Just drink some more fluoride, though. Remember, they care about you. Continuing here, it says the first armed robot was deployed in Iraq in 2007. It's the SWORDS. It's mounted with a M24-9 machine gun. Can hit a target at 3,000 feet away with pinpoint precision. From the air, the best-known UAV is the Predator. Has killed dozens of insurgents. Dozens of insurgents. Every week they bomb another wedding, and we killed 300 innocent people and might have killed one bad guy. But they tell you here 12. It's all meant to minimize it to the slaves. And I read the British Army documents on that. They know, they say we've killed thousands, we say we've killed 5. And the human mind will automatically, when they hear the real number later of thousands, will average them together. A little psych warfare thing, just one of many psych warfare manuals that have been declassified I've read. The Predators are flown by operators sitting in front of television monitors and cubicles at Creek Air Force Base in Nevada, 8,000 miles away from Afghanistan. Yeah, and this is how they work. All these kids playing games, slaughtering people, designed by the Pentagon, they admit they're being conditioned to not care about killing. And so they just sit there with drones killing women and children. It's all part of pleasure, and they get off on it. You know, they feel good, like their life means something. I'm real manly. You know, I sent in a robot to kill somebody. And don't worry, police and military, I know you're getting off on it. They're going to take everything from you. They're going to take your lives, your bank accounts, your children. You're going to get all the hell you're dishing out on innocent people. Don't worry. You want evil? You want to kill 50 million of babies? You love the evil? Don't worry. You're going to get to swim in it. Don't worry. You're going to get everything you want. Everything and more. You like evil? You're going to get it. We'll be right back with more. Stay with us. Your call straight ahead. The good old folks at New Silver Solution. And the website is supernaturalsilver.com. Supernaturalsilver.com. This is something that kills bacteria, viruses, you name it, well documented. They've got it down to a super small nano-sized particle. Supernaturalsilver.com. Check them out at Infowars.com. Supernaturalsilver.com. Yeah, this article where it's getting into the robots gives disinfo from the numbers I've seen. It says robotics research and development in the U.S. received a big push from Congress in 2001 when it set two ambitious goals. By 2010, a third of the country's long-range attack aircraft should be unmanned. The number I saw was half. And by 2015, one-third of America's ground combat vehicles. You ought to see these things. It's like, well, you can just Google combat robots, and I mean, it's like big black tanks. They're like the size of a Chevy truck with like 10 guns on the nose and nerve gas sprayers and everything else. And this is what the cops are going to be using on you, folks. They're just going to go, oh, won't turn your guns in. Doot, 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 doot. War wags start rolling. That's why once they try to start all that, you can't be in a defensive posture waiting for them. And then you got to go to the factories, the relay centers, the places where they got these Terminators set up. It's really sick, folks. We got a psycho-scientist eugenicist working for inbred bankers who believe in eugenics running everything, and everything's a giant kill grid. Everything they're setting up is a kill grid. It's a slaughterhouse. The New World Order is setting up a giant slaughterhouse for humanity, in their own words. And they're practicing soft kills with the vaccines and the things they do, but they're just expanding all of this.